I am starting to think about 2025, and before I buy all of the new things, I thought I would just look at what I have and kind of evaluate on paper how my system is working and the things that I need in my planner and the things that I can eliminate and the things that I need, because I do need to add a few new things. So I'm going to map out what I have in my planners and where, and kind of get a game plan for trying things out here in Q4 before I commit to buying anything else that I don't already have, because trust me, I have plenty for 2025, but let's jump in.
Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Jennifer, also known as Happy Place Planning. I'm glad you stopped by, and I hope you enjoy today's video.
Okay, so I think I'll put my two main things off to the side. Well, I should probably start with my two main things. So let me move all of the extra. It's probably best to start with the things that I use every single day, and then kind of go from there. I did print out just this piece of paper. It's a 4mm grid from the Ghosting Pen. That's Lindsay's Scribble Shop. But I wanted to have my notes in my planner to reference throughout Q4. So I didn't just want to like put it on a piece of scratch paper. I want it to be kind of permanent. So this will be 2025 planner system. And then I'm going to open this up so it's a 2-page spread, and just mark the middle into 2 columns. And then this side will be what I currently have. And then this side will be things that I need to add. And I've kind of started that already due to some medical circumstances, but we'll talk about that. And then on this side, I think I'll add the planners and where each is going to go, but we'll take this kind of slowly. So first up, let's just look at my main squeeze, which is my Erin Condren Life Planner. This is used for weekly and midweek planning sessions and is just a broad overview of the week. And I think that that is something that needs to stay for me. It's very helpful for me to sit down once a week and try to like wrap my mind around what's going to be happening during the week. So that'll be a currently listing. And the other thing is that I really like using planner Kate stickers. That's not important for everyone, I know, but that's part of this planner for me, is the creative outlet. So I'm going to include that on this little note here. And so that will go over here on what I currently have. This planner goes through June of 2025, so I don't need to purchase a new one. And let's see, we'll do an Erin Condren. Compact vertical. And then I'm just gonna do same. So there's no changes with that system, nothing that I'm adding or tracking differently in this planner. That way I don't have to rewrite that. So this is staying the same, and I don't think I want to add anything to it right now, but you'll see as I talk through this, like I've been struggling with where to keep my gratitude or where to keep my trackers. Once I go through all of the planners, I can assign them to a specific planner. I hope this isn't too confusing. I'm just kind of trying to talk through how my mind is working. My other main squeeze that goes everywhere with me, this is like, I guess you would say my everyday carry, is my standard traveler's notebook. I just did a little bit of a refresh last night, and we're going to go through all of the sections here because this is where things might change. I do know for sure that my archive needs to go for my daily inserts. I just took September out, but when I started this, I bought this little archive binder from the Travelers Company, and I thought I would keep my daily pages in here. I don't need to do that, and I'm actually going to end up tossing these. I'll keep them for a little bit in case I need to reference them, but here at the end of the year, all of my daily pages will go. So I guess I can put that on this change or need. It's kind of like an elimination rather than adding something. Now, what I will be archiving out of this planner as we go through this here is my cycle tracker. And I guess I need to make a standard TN spot over here. And for my medical stuff, I want to keep it in my traveler's notebook, but it's actually a need for me to add more. This is all of the health stuff that I tracked for 2024 so far. And I have a rare eye disease, and I'm on a lot of medication right now, and I'm getting eye injections, and I need to keep track of that. So I need to add like a complete health section to my standard notebook here. So I'm going to put currently cycle tracker over here because that's what I have. But I need to add my complete health tracker. And the question is where do I want to put that information? I think I want it in my traveler's notebook. I kind of have to be careful about how many sections I add to this because I do not like a thick, chunky planner. I like it to be a certain size, not too little, not too big. It's like the Goldilocks size, right? But I could move that to like a Hobonichi or something. So I guess what I need to look at too is what planners I have already purchased for 2025. And I do have a haul video up in case you're interested, but I did purchase the A6 of Vec from Hobonichi, which I have some ideas for. And then I also have the Hobonichi Weeks. And I was kind of toying around with the idea of putting my health stuff in the weeks, but I wanted to use maybe these pages for journaling, and I don't feel like that really vibes together to have like health stuff and then journaling memories. I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea, so I need to think about that. I'm going to put that health section as either here, so I'll put a question mark, or here on the weeks. I do not want it in my A6 Avec. So there's a little peek at those two that are on the table. Let's keep going through here. I will archive my monthly inserts. So that will stay the same. And I guess I'll put that over here on standard TN. So I will keep that. I currently have just like a post-it note for forward planning in here for 2026. And that will go on currently that I have. So we'll be thinking about 2026 here as I plan for 2025. And do I need, I think I do. I think I need a forward planning insert. And I think I have one already in mind. And that is definitely going to go in my standard TN. I had this taped in, it's personal size, a health log. I would really like to have one, like I said earlier, that's standard size and works well. So we're gonna not worry about that. And then I have my year at a glance. And I need one for 2025. I have printed that out, which I will show you. So I can mark that off right away, and that will go in my standard TN again. So I did start thinking about, like I said, 2025. So this was what I was thinking about using for forward planning, but it is 2025. So if you don't know, I am on the CreffectivePaper PR team. I don't know if that will continue. It's kind of like a quarterly thing with Jade when she reaches out to us. But I do love her inserts, and everything in my notebook other than like this one insert is from her shop. So check out CreffectivePaper if you need inserts. She has TN inserts and ring bound, disc bound, all the things. But I might reach out to her and see if she can get this done for 2026. Might just do a post-it note again, I don't know. But this is the year at a glance that I'll be using for 2025. So it is in here ready to go already. And then let's keep flipping through here. So I do have this weekly overview that I am using. And it's working out well, but the thing is that I like to mix this up. Again, I love the CreffectivePaper insert, so that's part of keeping it fresh for me. I get bored if things are the same, which is what kind of spurred my overhaul of this notebook last night. But I will do on my currently list a weekly working, and I say working because my Erin Condren that I showed you, it stays at home. I don't really prefer carrying all my stickers around. It's a larger planner. It's not as portable. So I need a weekly that I'm in, touching, writing in, updating like every single day, basically multiple times a day. And that's what this is. So that's going to stay here on my standard TN as well. So a working weekly. Next up is daily planning, which if you follow me is kind of the bane of my existence. I always think that I want to end up having like an archive or a complete system of dailies, when in reality, really what I archive or have archived since 2014 has been kind of weekly plans. And I know that that Erin Condren planner isn't going anywhere, so I feel like I'm pretty confident in that that could be my archive at the end of the year. As we're talking about archives, I had purchased this daily day designer. Again, love me some daily planning. And for the first few months, I think, let's see, July, August, September, I did really good about updating this every day. And I thought this would be the planner that I archived, like a desk archive at the end of the year where it just sits on my desk, but then I can go back and reference it. However, when I inserted my Hobonichi Avec for journaling, I thought maybe this could be my archive instead. And to be honest with you, filling out these pages, especially if I add pictures, takes much less time because of the small footprint versus this. So currently I have a Day Designer Daily archive, and I think I want to nix that. And we'll put that over here on need. No Day Designer Daily archive. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to throw the planner away, and I still love it. So I might play in it just for fun. That's part of this hobby for me as well, is one, filming YouTube videos for reviews to help people see what planner might work for them. Two, it's fun for me. Even if I didn't film, I would prefer trying new planners and just having fun with the hobby. So that's not going anywhere. I'll keep it. I'll still play around with it, but I'm not going to list it as a need as part of my everyday or every week system, if that makes sense. All right, back to daily inserts here. So I do need a daily just for lists and general daily maintenance, as far as staying on schedule and getting things done. And just like the weekly, I like to try new inserts from CreffectivePaper. So currently I have a TN Daily. And I'm going to keep that in my standard TN. All right, let's go back. This is the section that I added last night. So it's kind of already prepping me for this complete health tracking section. I printed out this yearly tracker. This is from the Ghosting Pen, and this is only going to be marking my retina scans and my eye injections. I might also put on here, I guess I need to add steroids to that. So under my health section, I guess I'll make a new one down here because that's kind of the focus right now for me. I need to mark or track medications. Right now I'm on a steroid. So I'll need to add that. This I printed out from CreffectivePaper just for the rest of 2024. I haven't used it all year, so that's why it's blank, but it's this month on one page. It's kind of like the mini calendar, a checklist, and then all of your days of the week. And I just wanted to mark health notes in here. So that's part of this. I don't need to put that down here. And then I have this monthly tracker. The other thing is I am no longer on hormonal birth control for the first time in like a very, very long time. So I've been tracking my moods, and I wanted to see if that affected, one, my cycle. I should be ovulating unless I'm going through premenopause, which I think that I am, but way too much information here for you guys. Sorry if it's TMI, but that's what is important in my planner right now for me. So I want to add it. Anyway, I have this monthly tracker, and I kind of want to use this to see how things correlate. So I need to track my cycle with my moods or energy. I might also want to track just my general energy level. So we put that on need under specifically the health section. So I have that. And then of course the second half of those monthly pages where I can just make general notes. And then I don't know that I need to keep I don't think I need to add anything else specifically to the health section quite yet. Okay, the other thing about this planner that I think that I need here. I have my month for 2025. So I can add that to need and mark it off right away like I did the year at a glance. So my intention with this was I used to use a month on 2 pages for a long time. But I found that for 2023 and 2024, I could really do with just this month on one page. And so I'm kind of challenging myself to go even smaller here. And I picked this monthly insert for 2025. So it's vertical, but the boxes are a little smaller, but I do have room for notes. So that's just my thinking in that. I don't know if I'll end up changing back to my horizontal. I'm very comfortable with the horizontal since I've used that for the past couple of years and I know it will work for me. But this was just wanting really to try something new. And the thought of downsizing to like personal size or pocket size has always tempted me. And so this will be a way for me to not have to set up a whole new size. I don't have to buy a new cover or accessories or any of that stuff, but I can try a smaller month footprint in my same standard size, if that makes sense. Okay, so I have that down. When I refreshed this last night, I took this out, which is going to lead to some changes. So I was really just trying to thin this out and make room for some other things, but this has my monthly recap and my gratitude, which we need to talk about. So currently I have a monthly recap for memories, and I have my gratitude. Now, what I have been doing is just updating this monthly at the end of every month. In my gratitude, I have always been keeping in my traveler's notebook, usually on my daily. And then like at the end of the month, I have been going back and filling this insert out. And I've been really consistent with that. And I love having a gratitude section. I think it's important for my own personal mental health to kind of start my day or end my day, hopefully both, with some sort of positive thinking or things that I enjoyed and then maybe want to do again because it brought me joy. So I need to find a place to keep that consistently. I did also try out for 2024 this Hobonichi Hone. And when it first started here, I think I did. Oh no, it's in my church. Maybe not. I had the same notebook basically for church notes, which I need to talk about too. I just don't have that book here. It's at church. But I had my gratitude in that planner. I did try it here for a little bit with some icons, and I love the way this looks. And if I end up using these or this could be a good place for daily gratitude. But doing that means I need to make sure that I always have said notebook with me if I take it out of my traveler's notebook. That's my hang up, right? Because my traveler's notebook I know is going to be with me no matter where I'm at. And then all the other things, it's like, oh, do I want to have to grab another notebook or another planner? So let's add gratitude to currently. We did that. And then where do I want to put it? I could put it here in my standard TN. But I could also put it in my A6 Avec or my Hobonichi Weeks. Okay, the other thing that I think about with this specific system, my traveler's notebook, is meal planning. I don't have that, and I feel like I kind of need a section. I am horrible about meal planning. But I think the only place that it really makes sense is my traveler's notebook. So I'm going to put a question mark because I don't know if I want to commit to that. If I do, I need an insert or I need to add it to my week view. There might already be room on this insert. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. We're going to kind of leave that. Okay, the other thing is my memory keeping and journaling. So I purchased this A6 Avec, which is a year and 2 books in the obviously A6 size. And I just was so smitten with my haul. I've never purchased this size before that I went on Amazon and purchased the end of 2024. And I use my Memo Shot era to print pictures. And I just like did 1 month and just wanted to like give it a shot. And I am pretty much obsessed, even if I don't, which I haven't had the time, even if I don't add words or journaling, just flipping through here and having the same size picture and all black and white has been so satisfying. And when I do add journaling, like I said, it just takes up so much less time than the A5 size. So I think that I want to keep memory keeping in, which is different for me than journaling. Because sometimes I just need to like word vomit, even if it's about my planners or what's inside my head. Memory keeping for me is more of the pictures and looking back at those events. So that could either go in my A6 Avec, the memory keeping, or it could go, or my journaling, my journaling could go in here. The same is true with my Hobonichi weeks. I have never done memory keeping really consistently in a weeks, but it is an option. Same with journaling. And I think I just answered my own question in my head as I'm thinking through this. So the other thing to know is that when I purchased this set, I really purchased it for Bible study, sermon, church notes, to replace my A5 for 2025. So I could do my Bible, we'll just call it faith stuff, in the A6 Avec. And I don't like that idea for the week, so I'm not even going to list it there. So if I set this stuff to the side, oh, there's one more thing that I need to consider as I'm looking up here, which is also something that's not as consistent for me. My content planning. This is my little zipper pouch from 31 that goes everywhere with me, that has the markers that I use for color coding, my ink pens, post-it notes, all of that. And I love this because it has this little pocket up front, and I have my 2024 Ashley Shelley planner in here. And I have content planning. And right now, it looks like that might work again. So I just edited that first part of the video, and for some reason, I didn't capture like the last 20 minutes of this process. So I'm going to try to catch up where I think I left off and kind of recap. So for the content planning, I am going to continue with my Ashley Shelley planner for 2025. So I'll be using this book for that. And I like it because of the lined monthly, and then it has a lot of notes pages in the back. So if I'm doing blog work or scheduling my YouTube content, I have ample space to kind of map that out. And let's see here, I left off on the content. And then the other thing that I thought about was Wordle. I like to play Wordle and like the New York Times games with one of my friends. I've actually been tracking the words for Wordle here in my A6 Avec. And I think I'll do that again in one of my planners for 2025. Sorry, I have some stuff up here that I can't show you, but I have June, July, August, September here, and then when October is done, I will fill in the words there for the answers for Wordle for the day. The other thing that I like to consider for planning is not necessarily the functionality, but the fun things that I do in my planners that make me want to pick my pen up and write, and this is one of them. I like looking back at them. So I'm going to be including that again. And then what I did was, and this is where I think the video cut off, is I went through and made some decisions about where I was going to put things. And I put a check mark here next to my Erin Condren. So that's going to stay the same, no changes needed. And then in my standard TN, I already have my month view, my year at a glance, my working weekly, and my daily. And I guess my gratitude, I decided to put in my Hobonichi week. So I'm going to mark this off. I don't need to put gratitude in my standard TN. I kind of have that health section started, and it's going to stay in my standard TN. I don't want it in one of these planners. I need to decide what I'm doing for my Forward 2026 planning. I might just use a Post-it note, to be honest with you. I don't know if I need a separate insert for that. And then I'm still toying around the idea of adding meal plans to my planner system. If I do that, I think it makes more sense to be in my traveler's notebook versus this, because it stays at home and I don't really feel like it has anything to do with faith-based stuff or my Hobonichi weeks. So if I add that, it will be here. And then I think where I left off, again, I apologize for the error in the camera filming here, is this really helped me make a good decision about these Hobonichi planners. So I know for sure that I want to use these for my faith-based notes, sermons, small group, all of that sort of thing. So if I do that, I definitely want the faith-based stuff in here, which means that these two books, so it's 2025 split over 2 books, that will be for church stuff, which really kind of narrows down for me, which is what I guess I needed to talk through in my own head, what I'm going to use this Hobonichi weeks for. So I have gratitude, which I'll probably end up either putting on my month view or my week view. I did make a little note here for M, meaning month view. So I think that would be a good place for me to put my gratitude every single day. And then my memory keeping, which is just those pictures, will go back here in the notes section. So this year for 2024, I've been putting my wacky holidays and then like my pictures and journaling in this A6 avec. But since I'm using next year's A6 avec for church stuff, I will need a new place to put pictures. So this will be more of just pictures. And if I want to put a quick caption with it, I can do that. And then my journaling, which is more personal thoughts and feelings or a recap of the day, can go on the weekly pages. And that Wordle fun thing that I was talking about, instead of putting it in my A6 avec, because that's for church, I would put it here probably on the week's index page. So the other thing that I wanted to mention was what kind of got me started thinking about this whole situation. I was watching YouTube. I've been binging YouTube lately, and a couple people mentioned some things that really stuck with me and got me going down this path of getting all the planners that I have out already before purchasing anything new for 2025. plan with Elise was talking about how everyone's kind of moving on and just forgetting that we have, you know, the last quarter here of 2024, which are plenty of days left before we just chalk up the year to being done. And I thought that was a really good point. And then I was watching Lindsay Scribbles, I think it was her Patreon YouTube video. She was feeling the urge to switch systems and purchase some traveler's notebooks. And she added up like the cost of the inserts in her cart that she was adding, new covers, accessories, all of that stuff. And it was adding up really fast. And she's like, why do I feel the need to do that? I need to slow down and hit pause. I have actually what I need already if I wanted to use a traveler's notebook. And then if those inserts run out, I have plenty of time here before 2025 to make some more purchases. So both of those ladies really got me going down this path. And this helped me map out exactly what I need in my planner and then which planner I want to put it in. And it all seems more cohesive to me now. Meaning specifically this week's, like it doesn't make sense for me to put memory keeping in maybe my Erin Condren. Like having a set specific purpose for each thing really helps me, and it helps if it flows well and makes sense. And I think all of these things do. I think I've mapped that out, and I have what I need functionally with the creative portion. So that kind of hits all the facets that I need it to for planning. That's why I plan, for functionality and productivity, but also for creativity and as an outlet and a wonderful hobby that I really enjoy. So hopefully now that I have filmed the back end of this, and it's been a couple days, so it might seem a little off on, I don't know, the flow of the video. I apologize, but I have no idea what happened with my camera. It just decided to stop filming. So thank you guys for hanging out today. I hope this was helpful for you. And, you know, it's a good exercise to write down what you have and what you want to put in those planners, and maybe save yourself some money before purchasing something new that you don't necessarily need for 2025. If you are like me, sometimes you just want to try something new, and, you know, that's totally fine too. But I wanted to walk through that with you. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for this. If you like this style of video, let me know. I don't think I've ever filmed a process video like this before, so I'd love your feedback. See you guys next time.